everybody. It's Linda G coming to you post DOT micro zingers that put me through the roof. That was the most painful thing I ever went through. Today's day 3. You can't really see it. There's little dots on me from, it's like a dot thing and they blow up your collagen, and I didn't really swell. Usually my eyes will really swell. I was just on fire. As you can see, I got a little glow here. I don't mind this glow, but I was on fire. I couldn't sleep. I'd wake up just feeling like my face was on fire. But it was so painful. I got to tell you, my teeth were chattering. Don't feel sorry for me. I swear I won't do it again. But then, it's like giving birth. It's like you forget how bad it was. I thank you guys for all. And remember, I did this to myself. Guys, so I can't complain. So I want to tell you all that. And then thank you to Kevin Loving, not Kevin Loving. I get them confused. Kevin Healing, Kevin Lewis also. He wrote me and said, "Oh, how are you feeling?" I said, "Oh, my face is on fire. I can't sleep. My face." He said, "Oh, your face? I thought you were having a vaginal rejuvenation." I said that too. Well, that's why my face is on fire from that procedure. Oh my God, him and I were dying laughing. It was so funny. He's got my kind of sick sense of humor. Anyway, so we got a lot to talk about tonight on CNN, 9 p.m. Eastern time is going to be 6 p.m. Pacific, so 8 p.m. Central is going to be the CNN with Dana what's-her-face interviewing Vice President Harris and our VP Waltz. I think it'll go good. So I'm going to tape it because if they have commercials, I'm going to go. So, okay, so we're going to do that. We'll see how that goes. I think it'll go good. As you know, she's going up in the polls, especially nationally. She's wiping him out. He cannot stand it. Trump cannot stand it. So I want to tell you all that I got almost 400 requests for comments as far as the questions. So I'll do a show today and I'll do a show tomorrow. Because, I don't like to go over an hour at least. 45 minutes is best for me. Let me give you a couple of hits I just recently got. I felt DeJoy out of the blue, and I felt him with these big plastic bags. Like he was like morgue bags, like he was trying to get rid of the bodies, or he was covering up the bodies. And I think that doesn't literally mean that's what he's doing, but I think there's some stuff coming up on him, and I do see him exiting because Biden's got enough people in there now. And I see him going maybe even before the end of the year. I think Biden will still be in office when he goes. I got that hit. And then somebody asked their first question, will Kamala place a Republican in her cabinet? One of the same ones. Well, I won't tell you right now. They kept the FBI guy. And I will tell you he's going. Right now, the FBI is in big trouble because apparently all this illegal stuff going on with child pornography and stuff, the FBI was supposed to be in charge and take care of it, and they didn't. They let it fall to the wayside, or they didn't report it. So that was something. Right. I just tried to put this on. Sorry, I had to adjust my thing back there. Anyway, so I saw that. I saw Christopher Wray being replaced. The post office guy is a big one. He needs to go, but he's got these bags like he's trying. It's not literal, like he's murdered someone, but it almost feels like hustling to get rid of the evidence is what I was feeling. So that was there. Thank you guys for all the questions too. she's gonna have the opportunity to pretty much do what she wants. Carte blanche is what they call it. Now, oh, here's the other thing. I don't know if you guys are watching David Feldman. Very interesting show. He swears she's gonna win, and he swears she'll win by a landslide, just like I told you guys. He says, I don't know why I can tell you this, but I'm just gonna say, there's no way in hell she's gonna lose. And he says, yeah, we got it wrong with Hillary, but I'm telling you, Hillary had demons following her, and they used that against her. Plus, Trump had Putin right in the middle of it, but Putin can't help as much as he did before, mostly because he's running out of money. Okay. Will Trump live long enough for the rest of us to see justice? And this is Peggy. So the reason I brought this up is because I think Trump will probably cross before he's brought to justice. That's my head. Because I never saw him in jail. So you see what he does, and he uses all his money to fight, and he's not going to win as president, but he'll still make it linger. And I think even if he tried to escape, somehow or the other, they'll get him back. I don't know how. But I feel like he just isn't going to last. That's what I'm feeling, you guys. And I do think he runs for president. I don't think he kills out beforehand. That's what I'll tell you. We're getting closer, a couple of months away. Oh God, can't wait till this is over. That's what I get. Okay, do you see Beyonce and Taylor Swift come out to support Kamala and Tim? Now, the reason I even see Taylor Swift not as pushed into it, remember her boyfriend is with Kansas City, and there's a lot of, redheads there. Anyway, but I think she worries because of that big event that happened in Europe. She worries about her little fan base, and she doesn't want them to get hurt, because whoever was planning something to hurt her, they were planning on killing thousands of people, and these are just kids. So I feel, okay, so the question is, I see Beyonce singing at her inauguration. I see her shaking the hand of Kamala. She might do something, some sort of concert thing. And Tim Walz, listen, the Harris administration has written and asked them already. She's using Beyonce's song Freedom all the time. Okay. And you guys, not to scare you, but this virus thing is sort of making its appearance again. So just be cautious. That's all I'm gonna ask. Just, they say it's inside is better because of the air circulation. Oh no, they're saying outside is better. So if you're outside, that's okay. But if you're inside, take care. Okay. When will Ron Johnson be held accountable in Wisconsin? I saw Ron Johnson losing. I just want you to know I saw him losing. When will he be? Oh, he's in trouble, girl. Yep, he's in trouble. He barely won the last time. If I please correct me if I'm wrong. I feel he barely won. Let me write this down. Ron Johnson. He's got a lot of stuff coming up. There's a lot of things, even with Russia. And the NRA is in trouble too, you guys, because the NRA took money from Russia to filter into all this is coming out to filter into the campaign. Ron Johnson, what's going to happen with you? I don't know if I told you guys this before, but I feel an old senator or congressperson or somebody crossing. I don't know if they're still in office, like Grassley or something, but I see someone very old crossing before the election. Okay, so yeah, He did this to himself, you guys. He's trying to hide money. So what's that about? He's trying to build a case to where nobody can touch him. His career is over. Things are ending for him. He's got spilt cup. No new beginning for him. The only thing he has is the love of his family. He's about ready to go down. I see. See, he's going to be like everybody else that was in on January 6th. Poor Jack Smith, he's going to be working on this for years. But I see him having to come to justice. And I always see Jared. Hey, listen, you know, that guy, Feldman, he was talking about, you know, how come these things happen, that it takes so long. And he was talking about how the Bush administration tried to make it out that Afghanistan and Iran were part of 9/11, Iraq, and they were not. It was Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. And he said even Biden knows that that's the truth, but they have to keep it hush-hush because they already dug themselves in. But when Bush was leaving, when he lost to Clinton, he pardoned everybody because they were doing like a special counsel and they were coming up with all kinds. He pardoned everybody. And then he didn't pardon himself, but he didn't have to because anybody that could have testified didn't have to now because they weren't in that frame. Do you see what's going on here? So, but he should have and could have served jail time. Something banned, something, I don't know what it was called. But anyway, so he said this was like 4 years or even longer after the fact, and they still hadn't got it together. And the special counsel wrote to the administration, I couldn't finish my job. I just couldn't finish my job. So what's happening here is I think our guy, Jack Smith, is going to be able to really get in there. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you. Oh, hold on. I want to tell you, I definitely see, hold on. I definitely see the records, the records for that Trump stole and put them in Florida, that's coming up. That might go through even faster than the January 6th. I don't know why, but if I could feel like it speeds, like it's moving quickly. The absolute devastation that he caused by taking highly classified information and passing out to the highest bidder is just ugly. There's other things they're going to bring up. I don't know if he'll be alive long enough to about this, but mark my words, I might not be alive. But even him selling pardons, they literally just sat there and said, who's the highest bidder? We'll sell pardons. You didn't get no pardon because you were justified. You got it because you paid money and the check cleared. Okay, so Ron Johnson will be held accountable, you guys. Oh, I didn't know President Bush backed Kamala. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's good news. You know, the dirty laundry in everybody's drawers, even with presidents. I'm not saying Kamala is going to be a lot different. She's going to have some things, but she's not going to put up with much. Listen, she won't go on, we better keep so-and-so because this is how it, no, she don't play that. She's the type that would have got that US post office guy out. She would have moved heaven and earth to replace him. She can't do it, but she can get the people in there to do it. I just feel like she's just going in. Well, she's a prosecutor. Oh, yeah. Trump must be so pissed with the new revised indictment. Yeah, they're just trying to cross their T's and dot their I's. Oh, he's absolutely furious. He's desperate to win because he wants to push, but he's not going to win. He's not going to win. That I can guarantee you. But I will tell you, he's going to try to stir up a lot. He's got a lot of money that he stole from his people that he was supposed to use that for running for president. What he's using it for is to take care of business. So again, Barbara asked, will Trump eventually go to prison? He might go, he might, okay, so September, what, 18, 16, something, he's supposed to be in front of Marshawn. Marshawn may say you will, after the election, you will be, he might even put him on house arrest, but I don't, or in a facility, let's carte blanche, someplace, a military facility. But like, when I think of jail, I think of bars closing behind you. He feels more comfortable like John Dean was. A Republican Pennsylvania, this is from Jorm, congressional member has stated to Trump campaign people that he didn't think that location in Butler was a very good idea due to petty, blatant logistics, and questioned the Trump team about such. They just blew the senator off. A lot of people are saying that they think all that was planned. And what's interesting is the kid that shot at, or allegedly shot at, this president had foreign connections. And you wonder what the hell is that? But he did look up when Trump was performing and when Biden was supposed to be around, and Trump was right around the corner. So he went to that one. But let's look at this whole, because Trump is telling nobody, you don't speak, you don't say one word, but it will come out. Let me tell you, don't say a word about, I had nothing, no, but a little grazing. I accidentally stopped my own thing. Okay, here we go. She's asking, will we know about this before the election? My guys are saying no. Sorry about that. Here's Biden. And people are kind of like blown out of the water. They are going to work at this for a couple of years. I'm sorry, you guys. They're going to work at it a couple of years. But by the time they finish it, it's really weird. It's one of those things like, we know there was a planned killing of JFK, but they never quite put it together. There was a second shooter from the grassy knoll, but they never quite, and then the guy who actually did the shooting came out because he's on the deathbed and said, yeah, it was me. So anyway, I just feel like if Trump didn't know about this, he sure used it to his advantage. But they didn't want anybody to know what happened. I don't know. I almost feel, I don't know who was paying this kid, but I'm almost feeling like it wasn't involved with the Trump campaign. It feels like something different. So I don't know if Trump knew about it. I'm not getting that 100%. So the election board in Georgia is going to be in trouble. What will Governor Kemp do? The election board just changed a 100-year-old precedent of voting laws in Georgia. It's going to get knocked down. And may I say, I think Kamala will win in Georgia. Okay. Diane said, are there messages between Telegram and Trump and Putin about election interference? There is, but they'll never find them. They were discarded in some sort of way. I'll tell you when they'll get all the info is when Putin's taken down, and then they go through all this stuff. And I even see Russian military or somebody handing it over to the US. This is what Putin was doing. Now, will Trump show up September 10th? I already ordered my special popcorn and everything. He better show up. Will Trump show up September 10th? He'd like to not, but whoever's talking to him is telling him, this is your chance. Filter her, fillet her out. You'll take her down like you did Biden, and then you'll need this. That's what I hear them saying. He actually thinks, gee, I could probably do this. September 10th. It's like he puts everybody on hold. Disappointment. Ooh, there's her holding the sword saying, come on, sucker. Back and forth, in and out, celebration. So I guess the outcome is he does do it. It will change things. The death part in the hopes, dreams, and wishes. This isn't a physical death because it's got the pentacles around it. So death of money, death of prestige, death of fame. This is an ending. See, here's him working away, trying to make himself look better. It's not going to help him at all. She comes out the winner. He's not doing good, you guys. And a lot of psychics and stuff have said that to you. He's just not doing good. Okay. Yeah, so my postman, who knows me very well, day after my procedure, came up to the door to hand me my mail. And I opened the door and he went, the parasites will compel you. Is Linda here? That's funny, Cindy. You said, will there be any attempts on her life? I see plans being made. Let me tell you, I don't want to candy coat it, but it's not going to be successful. I don't want you to worry because it's not going to be successful. But I see these inside, especially these KKK types, talking underneath, you know, trying to think of some major thing they can do. I actually see, and I think that Christopher Wray knows, be on your best because they're already in trouble. And he's going to try to make sure that they take good care of her. I see them being able to stop something. You know how they announced what they did with Taylor Swift? They're going to announce that with this, some sort of underhanded thing. They won't give us all the details, but they're talking amongst themselves. The demons are. Oh, okay. Now listen, Janet asked this, the ones who were purged out the roles. I see people, listen, do you know your assignment? Let me tell you something. Help your neighbor, help people get signed in. Have them check and make sure they're in there. There was people on one of those social media things saying he was shocked. All these years he's been voting and he was off the voting roll. So go back and put yourself on. I just think it's like ants coming. Remember I used that ant thing before? It's like ants coming. And it's like people are like ding, 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 ding. Everybody's in line getting ready to go. And people are able to have their Kamala and Waltz flags and stuff, and it's not god awful. Some woman was in Red County and she had I think she had a hat, and some woman came up to her and asked her where she got the hat, and she got scared because she thought the woman was going to say, how could you? And she said, I know my assignment. So I love it. I love it. Yeah, Irene, the children that were separated from their parents at the border. Some of them have been found, by the way. Not all of them, but some of them. They will eventually, especially, they should have been done while Biden was in office. I don't know what's holding them up. But I feel that people will be able to come out and say, I was taken. Like they'll be older. So 7 years. There's people that were taken that are, they sold a lot of these kids. It's just terrible. But I see people saying I was one of the ones taken and give their story. A lot of people will be taking their story. Shirley, Montanian here. I give to Tester monthly. He's going to win. He's a good guy and he's going to win. He's going to win. Karen, hi Linda from South Wales in the United Kingdom. I can't get by without watching your show. You certainly calm me down. And she's in the South Wales. I just want to recommend you to listen to a song on YouTube, which is a version of the song Eddie Grant, Give Me Hope, Joanna. A family called Marsh Family have done a wonderful version. Give Me Hope, Kamala. I think it will lift your spirits. So did you guys hear that? It's on YouTube, and it's Marsh Family. We'll have to listen to that, sweetie. Thank you. You know, and in that Project 2025, they want to get rid of indigenous contracts that should be written in blood. And therefore, I know the governor of Oklahoma, Stitt, or whatever his name was, he was trying to push, as it is, it used to be like we have a piece of land, tribal land, that belonged to my great-great-grandmother. So before they could drill or do anything, everyone had to agree. Well, Stitt made it, well, you just get one signature and it's good to go. So anyway, they're going to try to take lands from the natives and stuff. And there's a lot of natives that will vote for Trump. Not a lot. I mean, there's, at least in my tribe, I know there's some Trumpsters there, but I don't know if they woke up. Maybe they woke up since then. That's interesting. There people are criticizing Dana Bash for allowing Tim to be with. I think this was planned. I think they want to intro Tim Walz via CNN to answer questions. This is going to be a beautiful thing. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't feel any like push against it. I feel like it's going to be good. Oh yes, Callie said, "How is the government going to be able to explain ETs?" Listen, they're being seen even more so. Even more so. Excuse the t-shirt. You can see I didn't spruce. I'll spruce myself up tomorrow. I've been used to just laying around with t-shirts and pajama bottoms. This was my perfect excuse not to do anything. So anyway, but my grandson's birthday, we're having a little party here and I'll be cooking away. So the ETs, tell me about the ETs. I see some more hits with Ukraine. Don't ask me why I got that out of the blue. Ukraine is really getting ready to take over Russia. Putin feels very desperate. But I see them doing something else. Remember I told you that America talks to them, intel within our own country and other countries are talking to them. And I feel like, I think they've already said, go ahead and use the missiles into Russia, because I see Russia getting hit hard. And that's when he goes down. Okay, so the ETs, the reason I brought that up is because every time I look at ETs, I see them in the Ukraine, but they're showing up here in California. Yeah, the earth is really shifting. It's shifting. So it's good for all of us to maintain. When I do prayers, I need to pray for Mother Earth to vibrationally allow well-being. And this readjustment that's happening, it's kicking some people's butt. Like I told you, Japan had is having a typhoon that's pretty bad. It's one of the worst ones. And Sudan had something happen. I can't remember, a whole bunch of people. I think it was flooding. And poor Sudan, I think those people are starving. You know, such a wealthy country, but we can't give out enough to help starving people. I'll tell you who else is starving. It's the Russians. They're going in and finding elderly people scared to death, and they're giving them food, and they can hardly believe it because they're just so hungry. Okay. That's why when I give money, I like to give to organizations that feed. Okay, will Kentucky go blue? That's our Lisa. She asked. You know, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I see Kamala winning Georgia and Florida. Not Texas. Texas is not time for Texas. I need to look at Sterling too and see what he said. Will they ever restore the Rose Garden? I thought Mrs. Biden would do it right away when she got in office, but it was gonna cost a lot of money and they were busy with just trying to save the United States. Will they ever restore? Yes. First gentleman. Because she can't do it, but the first gentleman will be involved. And they get a little team and they do it. Oh, anything that reeks of Trump. I think even the chairs he even sat in, they got rid of them. Does Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin win her re-election race? Yeah, she's gonna win. I just heard absolutely yes. This is one you guys need to write this down because it's when I get hits like this, when the good Lord kind of like opens up that thing and boom, I get it. Yes, we will take the House and the Senate. I think you guys, for years I've been saying that. So we didn't take it as big as I thought the first time, but I've always seen it. I've always seen Republicans like rats jumping off the ship. But this win is a really particular win. It's a beautiful win. Okay. Well, Angela also beat Larry Hogan. Angela Alsobrook, just tell me if she's gonna beat. I didn't get a yes, and I didn't get a no, just in the middle here. It looks like she'll win. It's the female that wins, raking in the just rewards. It's not gonna be easy peasy. It's a little bit of a battle. A little bit of a battle. But the outcome is raking in just rewards. Oh, these people are gonna be really shook up, you guys. I know I'll be watching the tube looking for people breaking down crying, you know what I'm saying? When Steve Bannon comes out of jail, will he be eligible to vote? Well, I've heard, now I don't know which one. You guys will have to let me know. Do me a favor, Google it. But if you were federally convicted, I think you can vote. Is that right? And if you're state convicted, you can't vote in that state. But I don't know. I don't care if he can vote. I really don't. Doesn't make it. Doesn't make no mind. He'll try to jump out there and be king for a day. He's a nothing burger. So, you know who else is in trouble is Elon Musk. He's drowning. I just saw him trying to come up above the water. Foreign and domestic. He's in trouble with a couple of different nations. He's losing money, just losing it. Yeah, when Trump loses, it's really going to break him down. He's another one that's going to take it hard. I'm seeing him in trouble. I'm seeing him throwing a lot of money at being in trouble. He's the reason that Trump doesn't drop J.D. Vance. Trump is blaming J.D. Vance for the bad polls, but because he gives money to Trump for keeping J.D. Vance in there. Oh, Lynette, she said, you're my favorite psycho. Yeah, let's check that out, Peg. Peg saying, tell us about Colin Allred. I think I saw Ted Cruz losing. And let me just double check. Will Colin Allred win? Will Colin Allred win? I just heard this. I'm going to tell you something really quick. I just heard everyone, Kamala will have a really good team around her. And the guides are saying, know this. She will go in different directions, you'd be surprised. But directions that are better. She's not going to let people get away with this crap that they're throwing. Because she is, you know, a district attorney at heart. And she will take down those that tried to play stupidly. People will be afraid to challenge her because I see her talking and the way she presents things just makes a person go down like this. She's not going to do it just to do it. She does it because, you know what? Guess what? This is what you are. I know I am, but what are you? Okay, so Colin Allred. Sorry, I just got that hit. Colin. So hello to my friend Dan, who helps with the comments. I've been getting a lot of Trumpsters. He makes his own homemade bread and he bakes almost every day. And he started telling me he started to grind his own wheat flour. And he says, I'm going to tell you something right now. Sent me a picture of his bread. My bread is the best there ever is. And anything you buy in the store is crap. I'm like, well, you know, in my life, we never made homemade bread. I've made homemade bread on occasion. It's too much of a pain in the ass. And maybe you do biscuits. I've made biscuits and gravy and stuff. But bread, not so much. But I told him, I said, dude, so, you know, I was raised on store-bought bread. When we were young, we did everything from scratch, except you got your good Wonder Bread. That was easy peasy. And also I said, if I've never really had the kind of bread you're talking about, how maybe I wouldn't like it. How do you know? Hey, listen, we used to do the Betty Crocker cookbook and we would make our cakes from scratch. And then Betty Crocker came along. And let me tell you, I prefer Betty Crocker to homemade from scratch. That's just me. But anyway, so I really gave him a hard time. But God love him. And you know, his boys are tall and lean. And they can eat a loaf of bread lickety split. So, but here in my house, we don't even eat bread. We don't even do sandwiches or anything. We eat ice cream. I make homemade ice cream and it's the best. I go out and milk the cows. Okay, sorry. So Colin Allred, he's going to take out Ted Cruz. He's going to cut the cord. The cycle has changed. A new beginning. Ooh, I love it. I love it. No more heartache because, you know, he won before. Cruz did. And we were all disappointed. You know, Cruz really thinks that if Trump got in, he'd get to be in Supreme Court. He really does. He thinks he could be in it. So listen, Robert Kennedy is not going to make a bit of difference. None whatsoever. The more stuff that comes out on Robert Kennedy is just unbelievable. Like the daughter talking about him cutting that head of that shark and driving around with it. And the inside of the car stunk so bad. And then, you know, he took that bear and she said he took things dead on the street. He liked to cut off the heads and then keep the skeleton of the head. The guy's just weird. So you guys don't have to worry about him. He's a nothing burger. But him and the other lady from Hawaii, Tulsa, she's still on the terrorist do not fly list. She should be. She's a Putin girl. But they're going to be on the transition team. You know, it's so funny. He's already ordering the drapes and the wallpaper, and he's not getting in. I'm telling you, he's never going to get in there again. I love it, you guys. But listen, because he won the first time is why everybody's so up in a pinch. People are like, oh my God, Linda, because it was a shock when he won the first time. But those type of things aren't going to happen again. And by the way, she won with the most popular votes. But trust me, this time it's totally different. I don't even think Hillary had when I worked for Hillary's campaign, I don't think we had the backing like Kamala does. So I don't want you to worry. She's gonna win. She's smart. She's gonna be able to take people down. You know what I'm saying? We'll be like, hell to the yeah. I even see the inauguration ball. I see them having a wonderful time. I'm going to be watching it. I watched that I watched when the Clintons won. So, and Obama. And then I just see her having a ball. But she's going to get to work. She's going to get to work. And she's really going to do like Biden did with her. Biden had her, you know, unlike Trump, he had Pence there occasionally, but mostly, especially when it came to Putin, it was behind closed doors. I see her bringing in Walz and letting him be part of the whole game to understand what she's going through, what she's dealing with. She's got the assignment from Biden, but she's going to be different than Biden because she's not going to have to play, you know, how he does. He's old school. You know, we need to do this. We need to wait. I don't want to get rid of the whatever it is when you vote where you have to have a majority. I don't want to. No, she will change it. You watch what happens. And that's when they're going to get rid of these people in the Supreme Court. That's your main thing. So let's do the last but not least, and then I'll come on again tomorrow. Let's do Jack Smith. Jack knows what he's doing too. And be sure to watch, if you can, that gentleman that has that show that I was telling you about, David Parkman. He was talking about what Jack has just recently done by, you know, entering another. Trump's going to fight him tooth and nail every which way but loose. The thing Trump won't be able to fight as hard is going to be stealing those records. I don't know why I see that kind of going through, not before the election, afterwards. But Trump is going to be so choking on everything that's going on, and Smith is there to do it. See, Smith is reading the tea leaves. Smith is really looking, and he's seeing the numbers. And he got very comfortable in knowing that Kamala's coming in. He was kind of working in a way, because when Biden was in, he was like, oh, well, maybe there's a chance I won't be here, you know. But then when she came in and took off, he's like, yeah, we still got another job for 4 years. She's going to do 8 years. Oh, yeah. But I see the first gentleman handling the Rose Garden. So let's look at Jack Smith and the plans that he has. Jack Smith is working with, I don't know if you believe in saints or not. And I never did until I started seeing them. But I see St. Michael. And I see a battle. And I see some scars, but I see a battle. But Jack is just like TikTok. Remember Karl Rove? Was it Karl Rove? Who was it that went up against the Clintons? It was like he's dead now. He wouldn't let go like a dog, just trying to do something to hurt Clinton. Even Trump made comment, oh, Jesus Christ, get over it. It was just a blowjob. Okay. Jackson. He's working hard, but he's actually having a little bit of break here. Ooh. Yep, she's going to pick a new attorney general. I still see the attorney general coming in and handing his resume. So He might get the hint she doesn't want him, and he says, I'll take the high road out. But she's gonna get somebody in there. It feels female. It feels female. We'll find out. It feels female, but it's get up and go. And Jack will like working with her even better. Okay. Carte blanche, honey. Here's my gold card. Do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Get all the subway you need. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's just take a look at Jack. I hope you guys are having a good day. And then we'll talk tomorrow. We'll talk about, I need to make a tater salad tomorrow. We'll talk, I'm not gonna make homemade bread. We'll talk about the event tonight with CNN. I don't like CNN. Yeah, Trump is fighting tooth and nail. Justice will be served coming up. So this might be Marshawn. Some good news is coming in September. He's coming off the battlefield. He's finding out where he needs to go, and the world is with him. So Jack is doing good, okay? There's something else that's going to surprise us that Jack's going to do. He got a little something in his little bag. Yeah, and I'm not talking subway bag. I'm talking he got something in a little magical bag. I love it. Merrick Garland. Poor Merrick. Yeah, he waited too long. He's too much trying to make sure everybody's doing the right, whatever. It's like, dude, go. It's going to be a younger, more vibrant administration. You know, old folks like me, we're done for. But we're going to be happy to see the youth be able to get in there and take things over. As long as they make our supper. Okay, so there was one last thing I wanted to look at. What was it you wanted to look at? Let's just take a quick look-see, even though I have to cleanse my cards afterwards, on Trump in September. And happy birthday to all my Virgets out there. Trump in September. Yeah, that business that happened at Arlington, it did not help him at all. Oh, there's so many. You know, there's a lot more veterans that were for him and are then back then. Now most of them have turned their vote. They're furious. They're furious. And I want to know when the military bases are going to stop having Fox News on. They need to turn it off. Trump in September, angel of light and mercy. Give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. He's not feeling well. We've been saying this for a while. But he's battling every step he's doing. He goes in and he's lying. He's giving people a bull story. It's very difficult for him to move forward. He's got a woman he's talking to. He's still making money. In September, the cycle changes. His health is going to be at risk here, you guys. And probably the money situation isn't as great. So between the health and the money situation, but I know, give me September, October, because something big's coming up. Well, okay, let's do this. Never mind. I'll do that tomorrow. Liz asked about him actually being sentenced. Judge Marshawn. I'm not sure the date. Angels of light. We can't wish for the worst. We have to just open it up to whatever should happen, and it will work out no matter what. How is it going to be for Trump? For the sentencing. There's a sentence being handed after many delays. It's not happy for him. And also it feels like this is gonna cost him some money, you guys. But he's not healthy. He's not healthy. So he's looking at the spilled cup. It could be worse, but it's not. That's what I'm gonna tell you. But don't worry, more to come. Okay? More to come. And then tomorrow, let's ask about that October surprise. I don't know where that came from, but people are saying on October surprise. Okay? You know, like when he just bitching about everything. Nothing makes him happy. And you know, like my kids, Mom, could you cook us a hot breakfast? I say, open your mouth in the shower. There you go. There's your hot breakfast. Don't put up with this. We need to stop talking about him. Stop. Everybody's running because he pays them. He pays them money. And he doesn't care if it's bad info. As long as you're talking about him, he's happy. So, but even me, I'm talking about him. Shame on me. Okay, you guys, love you all. Talk to you tomorrow. Cheers.